After Germany lost the First World War in 1918, the country was left in deep pain. Its economy collapsed, people had no jobs, and food was scarce. The Treaty of Versailles punished Germany heavily. It had to pay huge money to other countries, give up its land, and keep only a small army of 100,000 men. The people were angry and hopeless. In this dark time, a man named Adolf Hitler, who had fought as a soldier in World War I, started to rise. He joined a small political group called the German Workers' Party, which he later renamed the Nazi Party. Hitler was a strong speaker, and he promised to rebuild Germany's pride, create jobs, and restore the army. Many people followed him because they wanted hope and strength again. In 1933, Hitler became the Chancellor of Germany, and soon he took full control, turning Germany into a dictatorship. He banned other political parties, silenced his enemies, and used propaganda to make people believe he was their savior. Hitler began rebuilding the German army in secret. He trained young men in military camps and started producing tanks, planes, and submarines, all of which were banned by the treaty. In 1935, he introduced mandatory military service so that every young man had to join the army. This new powerful force was called the Wehrmacht, which had three parts: the Heer, Army, the Luftwaffe, Air Force, and the Kriegsmarine, Navy. Every soldier took an oath to serve Hitler personally, not just the nation. Hitler believed Germans were the superior Aryan race and wanted to expand eastward to create a great empire. In 1936, he sent troops into the Rhineland, a region he wasn't allowed to occupy, but no country stopped him. Then in 1938, he took over Austria, calling it Anschluss, or Union. Soon after, he demanded the Sudetenland from Czechoslovakia and later invaded the entire country. The world remained silent. Feeling unstoppable, Hitler invaded Poland on September 1, 1939, using his lightning war strategy called Blitzkrieg. This attack was so fast and deadly that Britain and France declared war on Germany, the beginning of World War II. The German army became feared across Europe. Tanks rolled through cities, and bombers destroyed everything from above. In a few months, Germany captured Poland, Denmark, Norway, Belgium, the Netherlands, and France. Hitler's army seemed invincible. To keep soldiers awake for long missions and constant fighting, Nazi doctors began giving them a drug called Pervitin, which was a form of methamphetamine, similar to crystal meth. It made soldiers feel energetic, fearless, and able to march for days without rest. More than 35 million tablets were given to troops during the war. But it also caused terrible side effects: addiction, heart problems, hallucinations, and mental breakdowns. Hitler himself was constantly injected with drugs by his personal doctor, Dr. Theodor Morell, who gave him a mix of vitamins, hormones, opiates, and stimulants. Over time, Hitler's health worsened, and his mental state became unstable. He started making strange and dangerous military decisions that hurt Germany's chances of winning. In June 1941, Hitler launched Operation Barbarossa, the invasion of the Soviet Union. At first, it worked. Millions of Soviet soldiers were captured, but as winter came, German troops were unprepared for the freezing cold. Their tanks stopped working, food ran out, and many soldiers froze or starved. Thousands died every day. The drug could no longer keep them alive. It was the start of Germany's downfall. In 1942 and 1943, Germany suffered huge defeats. The Battle of Stalingrad became one of the deadliest battles in history. More than 300,000 German soldiers were trapped, and most of them died or surrendered. It broke the German army's spirit. At the same time, dawich now widen tendirutsiru. The zawid dawit quindralin, dawitinawi, ke dawines, selger, odre nauri mawin surgir and donami kau. America, Baldwin Ferdinand, America, and others were winning battles in North Africa and bombing German cities. Soldiers became tired, addicted, and hopeless. By 1944, the Allies landed in France, D-Day, and began pushing the Germans back toward their own country. Hitler refused to believe they could lose and ordered his soldiers to fight till death. Inside Germany, people were suffering. Food was gone, cities were destroyed, and the army was collapsing. In April 1945, Soviet troops surrounded Berlin. Hitler hid in his underground bunker, sick and delusional. He knew the war was lost. On April 30, 1945, Hitler killed himself with poison and a gunshot. Soon after, Germany surrendered. The once mighty Nazi empire fell, and World War II in Europe ended. After the war, Germany was divided, and millions of soldiers were dead or captured. Those who survived were broken both mentally and physically. Many were addicted to Pervitin, suffering from trauma and guilt. Nazi leaders were arrested and tried in the Nuremberg trials, where they were found guilty of war crimes and executed or jailed. The world saw the true horrors caused by Hitler's rule: concentration camps, mass killings, and medical experiments on prisoners. The story of Hitler's army is a tragic lesson in history. It shows how one man's ambition and hatred turned a nation into a war machine powered by fear, lies, and drugs. In the end, that same machine destroyed itself, leaving behind pain, death, and destruction that changed the world forever.